and welcome back to my channel. It's me for in the building. How are you all doing? It's another video, guys. Good to see you. Happy weekend. How are you celebrating your weekend? Let us dive into this video without further ado. The turtlenecks are back again. The cause is calling. The call is back again. The turtlenecks are back, but we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, even though the code is back. So on this channel, I react to videos I see online about moving abroad. I show my life living here in the abroad. Narrow it down, the UK. So if this kind of videos are videos you're interested in watching, you're thinking of moving abroad and you want to hear somebody's, honest and realistic, blunt opinion without fear or favor, this channel is a channel you want to watch. Before, I used to not be very, very blunt like myself, but now I don't fear you. I'm blunt. So you want to subscribe to this channel, okay? So recently, it's become a pandemic where a lot of people are sending their children from the abroad back to Nigeria, especially for Nigerians, and not just here in the UK where I reside. Even like general people in the US and so on, they are sending their kids back home from the abroad to Nigeria, for those of us who are Nigerians. I know like it's not only Nigerians that watch my channel, but for those of us who are Nigerians, because it's not only Nigerians who watch my channel, but I have a lot of interactions with Nigerians, so that's why I always refer to Nigerians, and I'm Nigerian. So that's why I always refer to Nigerians. So if you watch my channel and you're not a Nigerian person, it's okay. You can still watch my channel. It doesn't mean my channel is just for Nigerians alone, but I just use them as a scapegoat because they need to hear something. Those people, they need to hear something. So that's why I always want to use them as, my starting point for every videos I do, okay? So if you're interested in this video, keep watching and let's get into the video. Hi. So I told you my name already, okay? Abby, you know my name for So I think on Thursday I went for a bank shift in a particular ward, so not where I will usually work, in another place where I just picked up bank shift. For that extra cash, you gotta do some bank shift, especially when you want to buy a new wig. if you know UK healthcare workers mathematics, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, I'm sorry. So especially when you want to buy a new wig and they say the wig is like £500 and you're like, okay, that's like 4 shifts. And then you walk that 4 shifts and gather the money and buy the wig. Or you want to buy a new Shein shoe and they say it's like £20. You're like, okay, that's like 2 hours of shift, so you just take late, which is like 5 hours or 8 hours. So that is UK healthcare worker mathematics. I'll plug you in case you don't know, okay? So on this particular day, I had thought of my UK healthcare worker mathematics, and I thought, oh, let me pick up a shift in a different ward from where I work. Let me just go do a shift, and I bumped into this guy, and that is one of the few guys I have met who say they watch my channel, okay? And he was like, Furo. I was like, when you call me Furo and you're not my friend, I know you're calling me from YouTube. That's how unique that name Furo is. And so he was like, Furo. I was like, hi, good to see you. If you've met me before, I'm very friendly, am I not? So he was like, hi, good to see you. And I was looking at him because I wanted to know where he got that name from, because that name is unique to my subscribers. And then he said, I watched your YouTube channel when I was in Nigeria, and now I'd moved to the UK. And I was like, It felt so good. It was so early and I was already running late. If not, I would have taken a video of him. It felt so good, like somebody could, you know, be watching the resources I provide here on this channel thinking I'm joking, but it's helping people. It felt so, so good. So I think that particular day I met about 3 of my subscribers, and this particular guy, I met 2 guys and a lady. So this particular guy I had met inspired this video. So I met him when I was walking out of the building, and he said, "Furo, how are you doing?" I was like, "Hi." And we got chatting, and he started telling me of his whole idea of sending back his kids back to Nigeria. And I asked him, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to send your kids back home? And he said, because childcare. Oh, because this, because that. I was like, are you a single father? He said, no. I said, you have a wife? He said, yes. Your wife in Nigeria? He said, no, they are both here. And I was like, how long have you been here? He said, he's been here for 2 years. I said, so you survived with these children? He said he has 2 kids, a boy and a girl. So I asked him, so you survived with these children for 2 years. Why do you want to send them back home now? And he gave his reasons, which I felt was genuine to him. But as far as I'm concerned, I tried as much as possible to, you know, talk him and give him some reasons. And so I thought I'd do a video because there must be somebody out there who, you know, will be thinking about making the decision. I thought, okay, let me do a video where, you know, we'll rub minds. I'll tell you my own opinion and you could run with it. You could do whatever you want to do with it. But anyway, I don't tell you, be say, I don't tell you. I mean, maybe so. So while I was thinking about this whole thing, TikTok started recommending videos upon videos to me. And I saw this guy's video and I thought I played video for you guys. Share your opinion. What do you think about this video in the comment section? I'm going to play it right here for you guys and I'll come back to give you my thought.
Meaning you gave birth to your children here, then you not send them back.
They are back home studying.
Okay.
Till today.
So does
till
it mean
when
that
they finish first and secondary school and university, before they will test coming here.
So you want them to experience the 2 sides of life?
They will know. That is the thing. No, not experience it. They must experience it. They must have it in mind. They must know where they are coming from. So if they come here now, they will know what to do.
So all your children are in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Really?
Studying.
So why you can't send them back? Why you not want me to study for here?
No, not for that. Even Nigerian situation and Nigerian education is not where to write home about. But there is still a good schools.
Okay.
The children, once you pay the money, they will learn. Now, when they get used to that, they will know the hardship of being a Nigerian.
So you want them to like to
be from that like me. Yeah, if not, I will not be going back home. If I have not suffered in Nigeria before coming here, I won't remember home back.
Okay.
So I want them to be that in mind and learn the system. So to be a Niger, not easy.
So how long they don't do Nigeria now?
At least 3 years now.
3
and
years.
they're used to that.
Okay.
No holidays, nothing for them.
Oh, really?
They will remain there till every day they will be there.
How long you want me to stay there now before they'll come back?
When they graduate.
University?
They know, yeah. They know that, but they're in good schools. I know how much I pay.
So does it mean say here not good to raise up kids?
Your kids will stone you. It's good for some people who can do that, who can take care, who can actually have that too much time to beat and do other things. Because when they go back to school, they will still teach them another thing. And they come back, if you tell them, they'll call police for you.
This is crazy. You hear when they say unfriendly friend? This man is the unfriendly friend of his kids. Like, this is crazy. Like, the reason he gave why he sent his kids back home. Now, let's look at the comment section, what people are saying. So somebody commented and said, the only man that have sense abroad. Miss Dozy is the person that commented that. Another person said it's not about suffering but about learning values. Which values? See, the fact that Nigerians pride themselves for people who have values, like, I don't understand. When a society have values, when a society is disciplined, as one the pride on access on be, you will feel it in the system. If una really get value and you people really know how to discipline children, just like you say, you will feel it in the system. You will feel it. Another person commented, this man deserves national award. He shows through patriotism. Another person comment, I'm not featuring the comment, I'm reading from number 1 of the comment. That's to tell you how people support this idea. Another person said, Igbo men with 2 wives. Now this person feels like this man is making a lot of sense, and he said Igbo men 2 wives. Even me, I've sent my daughter to Nigeria for school. It must be an Igbo man. If you're an Igbo man, gather here, so they are proud of him. Another person said, very brilliant idea, but sadly you may become a stranger to them. This will make them see you as nothing other than a provider. This life is just something else. True, Nigeria education is the best. Now bad government be the problem. So people commented a lot of things, and I don't know, what do you think about it? I will still give you my take on what I think about this whole thing. I feel like this man, people should not be making this kind of decision in this time and age. Anyway, I'll play another video of a guy who was taken back to Nigeria as a child. His experience.
I think a lot of you are loving the story times about my mom and I when I moved to Nigeria, right? But I didn't only stress her before we moved to Nigeria. I stressed this woman even after I finished high school in Nigeria. So I'm going to tell you guys a story time about how I almost got kicked out of university my first year, and my mom almost sent me back to Nigeria to go to Babcock or Bells. After I graduated high school, I did 1 year of college here in Nigeria, then I went to the UK for university, right? My first year of university, I'm not going to lie to you, I partied like a madman. Why? Because I just spent 2 years in Nigeria that was like prison. By the time I entered London and saw the girls, saw the parties, I said, I'm outside. After my first year of university, I get elected ACS president, right? And after that, I have to go to university early. In terms of when the school year ended, I had to go back to school early to set up things, right? I used that opportunity also to write my resits, because when you fail your university, you have to do things called a resit. I do the resits thinking I'm okay. Then at the end of summer, my mom flies from Lagos to London saying, I want to see you now. Let's go to your university because I've still not seen hall yet. I said, why do you want to come? Am I not the one paying? Eventually, we go to hall. When we get to hall, we go straight to the business school. And when we get to the business school, it just so happens this day, the head of the business school is there. She sees me. The lady knows me because I'm one of the most popular athletes in the university. So she's like, oh, hi, Michael. Is this your mom? They introduce themselves. Then my mom is like, oh, by the way, you know we're still not seeing his school results. The lady looks at my mom with confusion. What? We sent the results home 2 months ago. Michael never told you. When I say the fear that was in my heart, this woman, my mother, starts looking at me with hate, saying, no, he didn't. The lady says, let me go and get his results. When the lady goes to get it, the way my mom just starts cussing me out, you stupid idiot, you see, I swear to God, you're going back to Nigeria today. When the lady now comes back, she now says, oh, there's an issue. Did he tell you he failed his first year? And did he also tell you he failed his resit? My mom didn't even waste time. This woman starts screaming to the top of her lungs in the middle of the business school, you stupid child, you bastard, is this what I have to go do? All the white people in the business school start panicking. They all come to the lobby, calming my mom down. Ma'am, calm down. No, I will not calm down. I'm a single mother. Me, I know the only thing I can do at that point is cry, because I'm like, I'm not going back to Nigeria. And me, I see white people, so I start crying and you're like, The ladies now all come to me, Michael, are you okay? I just went through a lot of pressure this school year and all that. So eventually, the head of the business school talks to my mom. He's like, look, he's one of the best athletes, so what can we do to work it out? So at that point now, I changed my course and changed my life. You see, the next 3 years of university, I still went out every day, but I went to the library every day. And I got my degree. I also got my master's degree after that. Some of you now, you would have never seen me, because if I had really failed first year and they didn't give me a second chance, I would have ended up in Babcock or Bells University, or what's the other one that my mom threatened me with? OAU.
So these are two different stories. This is a story of a parent who wants to take their children back home, or who are taking their children back home. And this is another young man who the mom sent them to Nigeria. Well, not sabi discipline. When you put sabi train children. Well, now they train children for the world. Well, not sabi train children. Yet, see your children. They still came to abroad and failed. Yet, see on our system. You people are still backward. The children you guys are trained and disciplined is disgracing you guys every day. Have you heard of that saying that say pikin wey wan spoil go spoil? Whether you train Namo, whether you no train, you self wey be say you be papa, you never even train yourself finish. A lot of you, papa and mama, you have not finished training yourself. You are looking for somebody to train, and because you are too lazy to put in the work, just like that man said, oh, for people who get time, they go fit train their pikin. You are too lazy to put in the work to see your child grow under your roof. You ship the children back home. Some of you put those children in boarding house. Some of you put them with your mom. Some of you put them with your dad or whatever, your in-laws, your sisters, and you feel that these children will be raised well in Nigeria because they're in the Nigerian system. Like, what it make you feel, say, in fact, what it even give you now Nigerians as ghosts to even the feel on sabi raise children and they raise pass. What you are doing to these kids is you are humiliating, you are torturing these kids. You guys have done this humiliation and torturing kids for the longest time of our lives. Parents have used that tactic. See, they work. See our system. It's not been working. If it's working, we feel it in our system. We will feel it. But because it's not been working, that's why we are not feeling it. Look at our system. Look at our countries. In fact, African countries in general. Which one makes sense? Which of them is showing that our kids or kids that are brought up in Africa are well trained and raised? You just need kids that cannot talk back at you, or kids that will not, challenge your authority. But what are we raising? Children with low self-esteem, lack of confidence, children who cannot speak up for themselves, children who cannot defend themselves in the face of opposition or trouble, baby children, children who need you to massage their ego before they are able to do things, and these children grow into men. And that's why you see things like a woman marries a man and you need me to be come out and shout, you see me need your fault, he she me need your fault, he she me need your fault, hey do me do. When I don't shout like that to praise you, then I am not a good wife. See our children everywhere disgracing themselves in the UK. Apart from the ones that have disgraced themselves in the UK, in the workplace, once you see a Nigerian person, you go know. When they are making intellectual contribution, you know, go see them. Then when they oppress them, they cannot speak, they cannot say, they'll just be, because of the raising, the training you guys gave to your children. It is because of the training you guys gave to your children. That's why they are like that. They can, if your child, you talk to your child speak back or try to explain, you go take and say that child don't they respect person again. Or your child do one strong head way children they do, bam, you don't pack them. The quickest way is send them back to Nigeria. So I was watching a YouTuber talking about corporal punishment, and I said I was going to react to that video, and she said it was because kids here, they don't give them corporal punishment. Corporal punishment is against the law, so that's why you see kids here bad, and in Nigeria corporal punishment is this, that. I was like I can't even remember last even in Nigeria where I hit my children. Because I remember back home in Nigeria, my first child, for example, when I hit her once, like, she go tell me, say, Mommy, you don't have to hit me, just talk about it, I'll change. And with time, I learned. This one, my children were raised for Nigeria. We were living in Nigeria at the time. So even those kids that are raised in Nigeria, they started knowing their rights. They started knowing their rights. If they are going to all these schools, some of you stated that, oh, the kids that are they're in UK school, they are teaching them this, they are teaching them that. Where they are teaching them bad things, that, oh, UK school, somebody said they'll be teaching them you can be goat or you can be fowl. You must not only be human being. I was watching a TikTok video and I was like, you think Nigerian schools don't teach them that? You think so? Somehow someone will teach them. Where do you think that this Nigerian schools copy all these their shenanigans they teach the children in school from? Britain. And they have a standard since they should teach these kids. It's either we start, being scared of, we stop being scared of unforeseen things or unforeseen circumstances, as I will call it, the better for us. As Nigerian parents, we're just scared of things that what we be, oh, if your pikin decides they won't become table, you know, won't identify as a footmat, you know, won't identify a human being, you won't identify a footmat. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's either you just accept it, that this thing is in society, whether it's in Nigeria, whether it's here, it's already in the society. And you will try your best as a parent, you will do your best as a parent, but if your pikin get up one day saying one become footmat, I can't keep myself about it. Even at this time, like, sometimes you people make it like kids, they shouldn't punish them when you live abroad. Who told you that you can't punish your children? Oh, you need to go and follow the guidelines. Like in a country like Scotland, you can't have corporal punishment, as that YouTuber called it, beating children. You can't. But in a country like UK, you can, but as long as there's no physical mark on that child and it's measurable to the child's age, or it's measurable to, but because you can't even measure what size of physical punishment that is good for a child, just forget it. Don't even bother. Rather, have discussions with your children. See your children as individuals. As individuals, when they do something, have discussion. You yourself, as a parent, if you need to work on your temperament, you need to work on yourself, because I think most of us carry, those childhood trauma, those anger from childhood, and we want to train our children, or want our children to experience what we experience, because we feel like we turn out well. You don't turn out well. Tell yourself the truth. You have so much trauma embedded in your heart. You have so much anger. You have so much resentment. And once you just get small frustration, you release it on this kids. So try to do something different from your parent and see if it will work. Check out. You're not thinking of abuse that these children will go through in the hands of those people that you're sending them back to. Let's say you're sending them back to your mom, and your mom is like, God, I don't even know what to say. Like, how do people come up with this idea? Look, I will always tell you, the only time I will permit or I will advise anyone to leave their child back home is when you are coming for the first time. You're relocating abroad for the first time because you don't know what you are going to see, because accommodation is difficult, because the system is a new system for you. You leave your children, and if possible, let one parent stay behind. Let one parent stay behind to watch the kids. Don't leave your kids for your mom, your in-law, your aunties. No. Let one parent stay behind to watch the kids. But push come to shove that two of you have to go. You leave your kids. The highest you should leave your kids is between 5 months, 6 months, and 1 year. You're back to get your kids to stay with you. But for those of you, this video I'm making specifically for those of you who will bring your kids to these countries. You've stayed with your kids 2 years, 3 years, and you tell me things like childcare. Oh, because of childcare, I'm sending my kids back home. Oh, because of this, I'm sending. there will never be a time it's going to be easy. Never. Even if you send your kids back home when they are 1 year old and you bring them when they are 5-year-old, so they've started school, you will still have childcare problem. I have almost a 15-year-old, I have a 9-year-old, I have a 11-year-old. They are all going to school. I still have childcare problems. I still have to figure out how to pick them from school. I still have to figure out how to bring them back from school. I still have to figure out how to manage them with their schooling and manage my job. So it never get easier. It never get easier. So it's either you start now that these children are with you to figure it out. Start now to figure, just look for a way. There has to be a way than sending your children back home. And you're here. Except you are going back home with your children. You're going to stay back home. You're tired. You've lived in this country and you're tired. And you're like, okay, it's time for me to go back home. You're going back home to stay with your children. But let's say you're not going back home, you just want to go and drop them and come back. You're not doing the right thing. One, you're exposing these children to abuse. I'm going to play a video here.
Do you have anybody from over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stand up. That's very good. Can I say Namamda? Namamda. Uyonka. Uyomiaki. Uyonka.
Did you see that video? A country who glorifies someone has used SES as a comedy. It's not like you are teaching people how to, navigate the other room. No, you're not using this guy. All his comedy is sit down. He talks about all these funny things. It's funny to me because I am an adult and because I'm Nigerian. So those kind of comedy are funny. When I saw it the first time, I laughed. But later, I just kept thinking about it. What is this kind of content doing to our society? Is increasing the promiscuity that's already embedded in that system already. He's increasing it. He's glorifying it. He's making it more elaborate. Is that elaborate the word I'm supposed to use now? Because when you make this kind of content and people watch it, like you need to go and see like the interaction. Like if you want to take statistics of certain things, you need to do it on social media. When you make this kind of content and people watch it, people interact with you a lot, and you see, you just see the kind of people that are in that society. There's pedophiles, there's different kind of people making this kind of content and promoting it, and they love it, they're enjoying it. That's to show you the high level of, promiscuity in the system. I'm not saying it's not here, but in Nigeria, it does not have control. It doesn't have control here. If you go and date a younger person, you could go to prison for it. So people will be careful. If you go and do things that you're not supposed to do, you know what I mean. Let YouTube not pick some words. Like this guy that's trending, I did the reaction of his video, like my last video. If you go and do those kind of things here abroad, you could go in for it. Like people are very conscious when they are doing something. But in Nigeria, you can do anything with anybody and get away with it as long as you have money. You can do anything. That's where you as a parent will carry a child that you carried in your womb for 9 months, or as a father, pack your children, go keep for your mom who is not very enlightened with what is happening today in today's world, for your in-law who is not very aware of what is happening and how children are being raised in today's society dynamics. You pack your children and go and keep for them. And they are raising your children like 1940, and you're happily staying here and working. I'm sorry. Especially the female children. Your uncles will now think that they've gotten latrine where they can dispose their God forbid, if you are planning that kind of thing, take it off your head. 5 reasons why you should raise your child under your roof, and especially in this country. 1, you are enlightened. You know what is happening in the society. You know the current way of raising children. So that will give you an advantage, and your child an advantage when they leave your house and go into the society. Instead of raising your child in one place where you're not there. 2, your child is well and properly protected and raised. You, papa and mama, you have not finished training yourself. You are looking for somebody to train. And because you are too lazy to put in the work, just like that man said, oh, for people who get time, they go fit train their pikin. You are too lazy to put in the work to see your child grow under your roof. You ship the children back home. Some of you put those children in boarding house. Some of you put them with your mom. Some of you put them with your dad or whatever, your in-laws, your sisters, and you feel that these children will be raised well in Nigeria because they're in the Nigerian system. Like, what it make you feel, say, in fact, what it even give you Nigerians as gods to even the feel on sabi raise children on the race pass. What you are doing to these kids is you are humiliating, you are torturing these kids. You guys have done this humiliation and torturing kids for the longest time of our lives. Parents have used that tactics. They work. See our system. It's not been working. If it's working, we feel it in our system. We will feel it. But because it's not been working, that's why we are not feeling it. Look at our system. Look at our countries. In fact, African countries in general. Which one makes sense? Which of them is showing that our kids or kids that are brought up in Africa are well trained and raised? You just need kids that cannot talk back at you, or kids that will not, challenge your authority. But what are we raising? Children with low self-esteem, lack of confidence, children who cannot speak up for themselves, children who cannot defend themselves in the face of opposition or trouble, baby children, children who need you to massage their ego before they are able to do things. And these children grow into men. And that's why you see things like a woman married a man and you need me to be called, come out and shout, oh, see me need your for. He she me need your for. He she me need your for. Hey, do me do. Hey, do me do. When I don't shout like that to praise you, then I am not a good wife. See our children everywhere, disgracing themselves in the UK. Apart from the ones that have disgraced themselves in the UK, in the workplace, once you see a Nigerian person, you go know. When they are making intellectual contribution, you no go see them. Then go they oppress them. They cannot speak. They cannot say. They'll just be, because of the raising, the training you guys gave to your children. It is because of the training you guys gave to your children. That's why they are like that. They can, if your child, you talk to your child speak back or try to explain, you go take and say that child don't respect person again. Or your child do one strong head way children they do, bam, you don't pack them. The quickest way is send them back to Nigeria. You're not thinking of abuse that these children will go through in the hands of those people that you're sending them back to. Let's say you're sending them back to your mom, and your mom is like, God, I don't even know what to say. Like, how do people come up with this idea? Look, I will always tell you, the only time I will permit or I will advise anyone to leave their child back home is when you are coming for the first time. You're relocating abroad for the first time because you don't know what you are going to see, because accommodation is difficult, because the system is a new system for you. You leave your children, and if possible, let one parent stay behind. Let one parent stay behind to watch the kids. Don't leave your kids for your mom, your in-law, your aunties. No. Let one parent stay behind to watch the kids. But push come to shove that two of you have to go. You leave your kids. The highest you should leave your kids is between 5 months, 6 months, and 1 year. You're back to get your kids. to stay with you. But for those of you, this video I'm making specifically for those of you who will bring your kids to these countries. You've stayed with your kids 2 years, 3 years, and you tell me things like childcare. Oh, because of childcare, I'm sending my kids back home. Oh, because of this, I'm sending... There will never be a time it's going to be easy. Never. Even if you send your kids back home when they are 1 year old, and you bring them when they are 5 year old, so they've started school, you will still have childcare problem. I have almost a 15-year-old, I have a 9-year-old, I have a 11-year-old. They are all going to school. I still have childcare problems. I still have to figure out how to pick them from school. I still have to figure out how to bring them back from school. I still have to figure out how to manage them with their schooling and manage my job. So it never gets easier. It never gets easier. So it's either you start now that these children are with you to figure it out. Start now to figure, just look for a way. There has to be a way than sending your children back home. And you're here. Except you are going back home with your children. You're going to stay back home. You're tired. You've lived in this country and you're tired. And you're like, okay, it's time for me to go back home. You're going back home to stay with your children. But so, if you go and leave your child for your mom, for instance, your mom could not see that your child has been touched in a way that she's not supposed to be touched. But you as a mom, even if your child doesn't tell you, you'll be able to figure it out somehow. That what's wrong with my child? Why is she like this? Why is she like that? 3, your child will get maximum love. If you're a good parent, your child will get maximum love. That body contact when your children say, oh, mommy, I love you. Mommy, I like you. Mommy, oh, hug me. That's, if your children are not doing that to you, I don't know what, that's what is in for them. You can get like 50 hugs in a day. Mommy, I just need a hug from you. Mommy, I just need a hug. I want to hug you. Those hugs, those I love you, all those lovey-dovey between parents and children makes these children grow healthier in their emotions. It makes them, I affirm them. It makes them be confident. It makes them feel accepted. And what have you. So these are the things they will miss if you take them back home to go and raise them with another person, with boarding school or with your aged parents or with whatever. Think about it. Another reason why it's very, very important to raise your children under your own roof is you will feel the love of a child. You will know, you will see your children in every milestone. You will see them in every milestone. If your children are okay, if they are not okay, you will see them. They will show you love. They will not just see you as just a provider. They will see you as a parent. But when you send them back home and they are being raised by somebody else, they'll be seen as provider. So when they call you, that's what they will be calling you for. Hello, daddy or mommy, we need money, and that is it. And that is it. Phone love is not love enough. And some of you, when you send your children back home, it's not like you go to every 2 months to see them, or every 1 month to see them, or every 3 months. You could say 2, 3 years, 4 years you've not seen them. And you are scared that these kids will grow up, they will not take care of you. Like that man stated in his video, that, you know, when you raise your kids here, they will not take care of you because the system here is somehow. You feel like a child that you sent back home to go and study will come back and take care of you while you were abroad enjoying. Then they'll be in their village or somewhere. You're here enjoying, and you think the relationship will be there. Go and ask people who have done it, their experience. So whether you like it or not, if you ask me, raising your children here is still the best. It's still the what? The best. Read my lips. It's still the best. Why I said it's the best? One, your children will become independent very early. I have a 14-year-old who is going on 15 years. She started her own business. This is how it started. She bought this game, PS game. Is it PS or whatever? and she played the game and she needed money to buy another one, and she told me, and I said I was not going to buy another one for you because I can't be spending my money like that. Do you know how this child figured out how to sell that game, fairly used online, within minutes? I'm telling you, she's 14. She's 14, going on 15. Within minutes, she had sold that game. And that was how business started in this house. She started selling their used books they've read and they don't need. She started selling their used books, started selling shoes, started selling. From there, we started buying books from online, from other people who are selling fairly used stuff, who want to sell it off. So we gathered a little money, we bought some of the fairly used stuff online on Facebook Marketplace, and she sells on Vintage. And so business takes start. And I was looking at her. I go every time to do delivery for her. When she gets sales, I go do delivery. So today she had sales and I had to go delivery. So not like taking it to the people's house, but to take it to the post office where they will send it to the people. And while I was going to deliver this, I was just thinking in my mind, if this child was in Nigeria, would she have thought of this kind of idea? And even if she thought about this idea, would it have fly? Right now, she makes at least £100 every week from selling this thing. £50 every week from selling this whole stuff. And that's maybe when she's lazy. But if she put pictures, she sells more than that. And she's buying things for herself. She just got herself a PC. No be me buy them now. She use her money buy them. And that has relieved me a little bit. So she can buy stuff for herself, things she wants for herself. And one of the things I keep asking myself, will this child have gotten this idea at 14 in Nigeria if we were still living in Nigeria? Even if she had gotten the idea, the system is not organized to, allow this kind of thing thrive. She would have solemnly depend on me 100% of the time. I'm not even scared if she depends on me financially, but just the fact that she had understand from this young age that everybody should be responsible for themselves financially. She should work, not wait for somebody, a man, her husband or whatever, to come and take care of her. She can sort herself by herself. It's amazing. I can't comprehend it. It beats my imagination why people will want to send their children back home after bringing them here. Like, you're a wicked parent. Like, I'm not joking. You're a very wicked parent. I'm serious about it. If you do that, just having the back of your mind that you're a wicked parent. You take your child away from 24 hours light, good school system that you don't have to pay. Some of you will say, they are paying. Pay waiting. Your 20% tax. Now you think say they pay school fees for your 3 children. Now, because most of you people have not lived good life in Nigeria, or you people have not seen things in Nigeria, that's why you feel like these countries are hard. When I was in Nigeria, my first child, her school fees was about 1.4 million. 1.4 million. That was 4 years ago. My younger kids, school fees was about 300, about 250. 250 plus 250, that now there are 2. 250 plus 250, that's 500. 1.4 million plus 250, that's 1.9 million. That was when the other two were in primary school, and then this one was in secondary school. Now my son had joined secondary school. So let's say my son decided to join the secondary school my daughter was going to when we were in Nigeria. That would be 1.4 million times 2. 1.4 million times 2 plus my younger child, which is 250. So 1.4 million times 2 now is 2.8 million. Then my younger child, which is 250, that's almost 3 million per term. Hey, per term. Where will that money be coming from? Where will that money be coming from? Trust me, I am so sure now that if I go back to that school, they would have doubled that money, because at the time they were paying in dollars. So I think they were converting the money from dollars to naira for you to pay. So right now that naira is crazy, probably they would have doubled or tripled that school fees. But here, you bring your child, all you need to worry about is food. All you need to worry about is rent and paying bill. You don't need to worry about school fees. And there are certain age your children will be. You don't need to worry about lunch for school. And you're telling me that somehow, I'm going to react to that video. I saw the video of one of your favorites saying that, oh yeah, somehow you're paying for everything. What are you paying for? As long as that money is not coming out from my pockets. People cry of tax. Go and check. People who do good jobs in Nigeria, they pay 30% tax. Yet, even with that 30% tax, there is nothing to show for it that Nigerian government is collecting between 20 to 30% tax. Why you don't know about tax, why you complain about tax is because most times you do not work in Nigeria. If you had worked a proper job where it's accounted for you, I checked your pay slip, you will know that people also pay tax in Nigeria. Here, when you pay tax, you know that people collect benefit, abi? So it's from your tax that people are being paid benefit. And you know that when you, for any reason, get to that point or get to a point where you need benefit to support yourself, that government will also pay you benefit, abi? You know that you're driving on good roads is from the tax because you're not coming to your house to knock and say, oh, you're going to pay for another tax, isn't it? Yeah. You know that you're getting 24 hours, like nice stuff, good infrastructure. Your children are going to free school. You get free lunch. You get, depending on the country you even get free transport. Sometimes you get free uniform, free this, free that. Yet you guys be complaining. Then you want to now carry your children from this good life. 24 hours electricity, calm environment where your children are safe. And now send them to a country where they could be abused in different ways. Out of your sight. How do people have that kind of mind? Like, how not they get that kind of mind? I won't know. When you take your children out of your sight to go and give to somebody else to raise. That's what I'm telling you guys. Don't just born children because you want to born. When you get married, make sure that you and your partner sit down and outline all the rudiments that it takes to have a child and know that you're ready. Because most times, those of you that take this decision, you're not ready to born. You're not ready to have kids. You want to eat your cake and have it. You want to born, at the same time you don't want to born. You want to have kids, but at the same time you want to feel single. You take your kids back home, they stay 4 years, 5 years, and you're here working what? Working for who? Those kids are the reason why you came here. So if they are not enjoying it, then why? You have to go back home. And when you go back home, you are not saying, oh, okay, let one parent go and stay with the kid until they are 18, then you guys can dismember. No. 2 of you will be here and be working what? And your kids will be back home. There are ways to go about it. For instance, you find job with a company that understands flexibility. Flexibility working. Most of you are not reading. That's why you are struggling with this thing. All the about flexibility working is your right as an individual that work in the UK. You need to go and read the flexibility policy as a parent and work with your employer to be able to work flexible times. You and your husband could they work morning, you they work nights, but at every time there's a parent there to stay with the kids. Make friends with people. All this idea of, oh, everybody's chasing me, oh, they are no good friends. You see people on TikTok be shouting, oh, they are no good friends. How do you people make new good friends? Because you are looking for what I don't know. Life is not that hard. Make friends with people. You see people who will support you. And you will support them too with a genuine heart. All of you be complaining, people that are bad. Yet we don't know the people. Because everybody is seeing everybody as bad. Everybody is pointing finger. So who is the bad person? I don't know. I don't want this video to be too long. But please, if you are thinking of sending your kids back home because of work, because of shift. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. But when these children meet you, you'll be like a stranger to them. So that thing that you're running from, oh, let them be good, let them be respectful, let them take care of you when you're old, you will not be able to achieve it. Because you're like a stranger. They won't have that emotional connection with you. For your children to be able to have emotional connection with you, there has to be a relationship. And for you to create that relationship, you have to either see them frequently or live with them in the house. But even for the frequent seeing, let's say you can afford to go every 2 months to see them, every 3 months. One parent has to constantly be there with them. Two of you cannot be seeing them frequently. No. One parent has to constantly be there with them. Then the other parent can go and be seeing frequently. But let one parent be. You are the only one that can protect your children rightly. You are the only one that can raise your children rightly. No other person. Just have that in your mind. I hope this video helped you. I hope this video helped you to change your mind. To leave your children where you did. No send them back. Until I see you in another video. Bye-bye.